Hello ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Amin here with another video. I had a couple of requests in the past about making a video on going long. As some of you may know, I'm a short bias trader. 99% of my trades are on the short side. However, recently I had this trade on BAOS that I went long and ended up recording it. This video will be helpful to many beginner and intermediate traders. So without further ado, let's get started. In this video, we'll look into what kind of stocks would I trade long and why. And I'll try to explain the reasons behind it to the best of my abilities. Also, I will explain my plans throughout this live trade about entries, exit, and risk management. Guys, as you can see, I'm long 200 shares on BAOS already. I actually forgot to hit record and then I realized, oh, I'm long here, so I could make a video out of this. Because I go long very, very rarely. So I am long 200 shares at the moment. I am trying to get to 2,000 shares total. That will be my max size on BAOS. And the plan is to add in various strategic places like whole and half dollar mark until this yellow line here that you can see, which is the first standard deviation. So I will explain the reasons behind going long on this stock. So this is the daily chart here. As you can see, this thing has a history of running. Currently it's trading around this level in relation to the daily chart. We can't see it here because market isn't opened yet. This was a very slow trade. It took about 35 minutes. I have sped it up to a level to make it less than 10 minutes or so that you guys don't get bored. My goal on this stock is to have a max size of 2,000 shares. My target will be this white line here, which is the mean line. If you're familiar with trading using standard deviation, you know price tends to revert back to the mean eventually. If you're not sure about how that works, no worries. I'll put up a link at the top corner of this video. Check it out, that will explain more about the probabilities of various standard deviation levels. I have to mention that the plan is not to keep adding as it goes down because that would be a recipe for disaster. You should always have a stop loss in mind, and in this case, this would be under this dotted red trend line. Because if it breaks this line and the candle closes below, the uptrend will have most likely ended, and it would be the backside of the move or a confirmed downtrend. Throughout this video, you will see me putting out buy orders and sell to cover orders in this area here. The spread on this stock can widen quite a bit, so my target is always going to be a little less than the value of the mean line. Why did I choose to go long on this stock? Here are my reasons. Number one, float has to be very low. The lower, the better. In this case, if you look at the float of BAOS on floatchecker.com, you'll see it's around 500,000. So in this case, very little demand or buyers are required to get this thing moving because there isn't enough supply. As you can see, it has already traded over 3 million shares and market isn't even open yet. Number two, the stock has to have fresh news. This provides a reason behind the move. We don't have to get in too deep about analyzing the news because we're not planning to invest long term and hold the stock for a few months to years. As long as there is some news to back up this move, I'm happy. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have a fresh news catalyst, and that's why I'm trading with very small size. Number three, it's better if it's trading below the mean line. This gives us more safety as the probability is on our side. Again, watch my video on how to trade using standard deviation if you have any confusion at all. Number four, buy volume bigger than sell volume. This shows who's in charge, the buyers or the sellers. You can see the green volume bars are much bigger than the red ones here, so that shows that the buyers are in charge here. Number five, has a history of running. Now, this is not as important as the former 4 points, but if it does have a history of ripping, we can use that as an added confirmation. In the case of BAOS, we've already established that this stock did run quite a few times in the past. These would be my main criteria before entering long on a small cap stock. The more boxes the symbol ticks, the better, and I adjust my position sizing accordingly. So my friends, there you have it, a brief explanation behind a long trade using standard deviation. Unfortunately, this stock doesn't pull back enough for me to get anything near my intended 2,000 shares, and I end up making a small profit. Hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I respond to each and every single one of them. Please like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. It really helps me out. Take care and happy trading.